All right, this next one is brutal for Democrats, just absolutely brutal. According to the latest Reuters Ipsos poll, Americans don't love Trump. We know that. But when you dig in issue by issue and look at 11 different issues, Republicans are more trusted than Democrats on roughly 2/3 of issues. That is a disaster. And when you look at the details, it only gets worse. So Donald Trump's overall approval rating is just 41%. We know his approval rating is a disaster. But you look on specific issues, Democrats are less trusted than Republicans on just about every one. And even the ones on which Democrats are more trusted, the margins are pathetic. Let's go down the list. Crime, Republicans are twice as trusted as Democrats, 40/20. On immigration, Republicans are nearly twice as trusted as Democrats, 40/22. On foreign conflicts, Americans trust Republicans more. On the American economy, Republicans are trusted more than Democrats. On gun control, it's close to split, but Republicans are more trusted. On political extremism, Democrats are less trusted than Republicans. On respect for democracy, just barely Democrats eke it out. How do we have a world in which Donald Trump tried to steal an election he lost and incited an insurrection to try to prevent Joe Biden from becoming president? And by only a 2-point margin, Democrats are more trusted. Is this a failure of education? Is this a failure of messaging? Is this a failure of the media? Is this a failure of intelligence? The answer is yes. Yes to all of the above. On corruption, Republicans are slightly more trusted. And then on healthcare, women's rights, and the environment, Americans do trust Democrats more, but not by a big margin. I mean, look at healthcare, where Republicans in 2017 tried to pass a bill, which if passed would have led to tens of millions of Americans losing health care. And Democrats passed Obamacare, which is by no means perfect, but it was at least an improvement. And Democrats want to make sure everybody's covered. And only by 9 points do Americans trust Democrats more than Republicans on that issue. Women's rights, Democrats only win 38-25. I mean, it's just unconscionable stuff. So why is this what's going on? Obviously, many of these numbers make no sense. Republicans tanked the economy with tariffs, blew up the deficit with taxes, tax cuts for the rich during Donald Trump's first term. They have no real plan for cost of living, no real plan on housing, and yet they are still more trusted. The answer is that perception is reality. We learned that big time during Donald Trump's first term. We learned that big time during Joe Biden's presidency and his initial attempt at reelection and subsequently Kamala Harris's. Even if you show people the facts, inflation's down, stock market's up, job creation is doing well. We've gotten out of the COVID recession, so on and so forth. Things are pretty good. If people don't feel that and believe it, it doesn't matter because perception is reality. And right now, the perception for voters is that Republicans are stronger on 7 of these 11 issues. Now, this is not a new problem for Democrats, and this gets to the exact issue that I've been talking about with elected officials for a long time. In 2010, after the financial crisis, Republicans were able to ride this wave of anger into Congress by branding themselves as the party of fiscal responsibility, even though they were the ones that created the crisis. They cheered on the mortgage deregulation that precipitated, to a great degree, the 2008 financial crisis. And then they came in and said, this is so terrible. Democrats are so bad. We're going to fix all of it. Vote for us. We've got this thing called the Tea Party. And they rode that wave to victory in 2010. In 2016, Donald Trump convinced voters that he would drain the swamp, that he understands trade and he's going to fix it, even though it was all smoke and mirrors. And we knew that it was all smoke and mirrors. And so over and over, Democrats get crushed. They let Republicans define the narrative. They pay the price electorally. And you look at what happened in 2024. Voters came in just simply not believing the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, are going to be better for the average working class person. Their policies would have been better, but their policies were explained inarticulately in a way that didn't really connect with the average person, and Republicans won. Now, we also have to talk about the media's role in this. Legacy and corporate media does not help because Republicans have really mastered these simple, repeatable phrases: the border crisis, the failure of Bidenomics, radical left extremists. And then you've got Fox News and talk radio and social media. By the way, social media, most platforms being skewed to the right in terms of the messages that dominate. And they just hammer it every single day. And Democrats write, I joke about the strongly worded letters. I just saw a damn interview with Hakeem Jeffries yesterday where he was asked some question about how will you fight this or that. And he goes, well, Senator Schumer and I just wrote a letter. We sent a letter. Dear God, kill me with the letters. We are not going to win like this. And so we've got, Democrats rolling out policy papers and acronyms and charts and all of this stuff. And it is just not working. So we just have to, what's that? We've heard like the football analogy is you get on the field with the defense you have, not the defense you wish you had. The military one is you fight wars with the military you have, not the military you wish you had, or something like that. We have to deal with the situation as it is, not the situation as we wish that it were. And a lot of people may lack confidence in Donald Trump's performance, and they're increasingly realizing that the economy is a mess, and they believe that the country is on the wrong track. But absent something really indicative of, oh, I get how Democrats are actually going to help me here. Absent that, a lot of people are going to default to the old tropes. I think Republicans are better on the economy. I guess I'll vote for Republicans. And for as long as that happens, Republicans are going to keep Democrats in this position of serious, serious trouble. It's perception. Unless Democrats figure out how to change the story, they're going to lose again. Now, we're going to do everything we can in the progressive independent media ecosystem to explain what the stakes are and do everything we can. But the Democratic Party is going to have to do something too. It can't just be up to us. We're going to have much more about this on our full hour podcast. Remember that if you're listening to this clip on YouTube or on one of the platforms where it's just like an 8-minute clip, we have a full hour podcast every day. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's everywhere. I would love for you to subscribe free to the 1 hour podcast.